We'll never forget. 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 We'll never forget.
What's good? What's good? Good morning. Good morning to you all. High speeds. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Trey. Ron and Bishop should be on shortly. It's Friday. The weekend is upon us. And we here. E2G Sports Network presents First Formation Morning Sports Talk. So come on and fall in with us this morning as we get ready to get to it. Plenty to talk about. The Major League Baseball playoffs is upon us. Um, the weekend is upon us. That means NBA preseason action, NCAA football action, top 25 going down, and then of course Sunday and Monday NFL action. If you love sports, this is the place to be. Again, this is your boy Trey. And let's get to talking about what's going on. I think we might actually have a bishop sighting. Um, all your hopes and your prayers and everything, well wishes, making sure that he has been okay during this tough time. The last 2 weeks when it comes to the NCAA football, and I was able to get in contact with him yesterday, and he told me, he gave me the rundown of what's been going on, all things not of his own doing. So he wanted y'all to know that he is not dodging you all. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning. Good morning. Going. Uh, he's not dodging you all. He expects to be in the building today. And of course, I allow him to say his piece and it'll go from there. I don't think it was any BS. I think he was legitly true and contrite with it. But in any case, he should be in or around and touching down. So of course, like I said, a little conversation going on. Let's get to it. Of course, the MLB, Major League Baseball. Good morning, Kanief. What's going on, sis? Glad to have you here. Gracious morning. Glad you're here in formation. Uh, so, Major League Baseball. Baseball, like I said, the playoffs are upon us. That means you get one step closer to seeing the hardball season conclude with a champion. Of course, in my eyes, that champion will be Los LA Dodgers. But it has to start somewhere. First round, 3-game series. Of course, you have the Tampa Bay Rays taking on the Cleveland Guardians. The Philadelphia Phillies will face off against the St. Louis Cardinals, as well as the Seattle Mariners face off against the Toronto Blue Jays. And lastly, the San Diego Padres will do battle with the New York Mets. This weekend is the first is the wild card game series, in which is a best of 3 series. The winner of this series goes on to play, of course, the last of the champion division champions, being the Los Angeles Dodgers, New York Yankees, Houston Astros, and Atlanta Braves. In my mind, the blend of perfect blend. Well, I disregard that. I just look forward. I'm here for it. Of course, we keep an eye on these series. First the 3-game series. Next, the last 3 series being the NLDS, the Major League, the division championship, and of course the World Series to determine the champion. Um, like I said, we'll keep an eye on it. NBA correction. Let's not go NBA. Let's go with some college. Quick rundown on the college scene as the top 25. Some top 25 teams are back in action. Do we have any upsets this weekend? Will we see another situation to where greatness, as you would like, let's say, for instance, University of Oklahoma, OU, was in there, top rated team, top 6 in the country. Here we are in week 6, and they're nowhere to be found. Oklahoma, boom, soon. Where are the? So it just shows how swiftly it can happen. Notre Dame, top 5 in the country, can't find you. Who's that looking in my window now? Pow, nobody now. That's how it goes. So, of course, this weekend, you have number 4 Michigan taking on Indiana. Indiana 3-2, 1-1 in the Big Ten. Michigan 2-0, but sometimes that doesn't get it done. It's not enough. At number 8, huge game, Tennessee Volunteers taking on the LSU Bayou Bengals. The Tigers 2-0 in the SEC. Tennessee 1-0, but of course the higher ranking, 8 versus 25. Is there an upset alert going on? Number 17, TCU, due to face-offs against number 19, Kansas, both undefeated in Big 12 action. Again, another opportunity. Is there an upset brewing? Can Kansas knock off TCU? Or does TCU continue to reign victorious? It remains to be seen. Arkansas, formerly ranked Arkansas, number 20, number 20 ranked Arkansas, currently out the top 25 standings, will face off against Mississippi State, currently holding the 23rd ranking in the country. South Florida will face off against 24th ranked Cincinnati. Number 2 ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Bulldog Nation, stand up. They might need you as they are due to face off against Auburn. Although they're not ranked, they're always a formidable foe, due to the fact that it's the SEC. And they can do damage at any place. You got the Iron Bowl at the end of the season, facing off against Alabama, who for the most part is facing some issues. Their highs last year, Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young may not be able to go, and he might have to be the next man up. Of course, it remains to be seen. We'll know by tomorrow. Number 7, Oklahoma State Cowboys taking on Texas Tech. Hey, Bishop, if you're watching, someone's representing Oklahoma after all. As we get closer to the later afternoon, number 11 ranked Utah faces the UCLA Bruins, holding the number 18th rank. Of course, the Pac-12. Everyone talks about the Pac-12. Has something slick to say about the Pac-12. Pac-12 has 5. Count them, 5 of 25 top-ranked teams currently. Of course, someone has to fall on the sword. In this case, will it be 11th ranked Utah? Will it be 18th ranked UCLA? Who is it going to be? Both teams 2-0 in the Pac-10, Pac-12, as well as UCLA holding an undefeated of 5-0. Number 3, Ohio State will battle against Michigan State. Michigan State started out the year ranked, currently not ranked, 2-3 overall, 0-2 in their division. In their conference. Ohio State holding on 5-0, 2-0, and with some key wins. The most closest win, the game they had was against Notre Dame at the beginning of the season, and it hasn't been close ever since. Ole Miss, number 9, Ole Miss will be playing against Vanderbilt. Number 21 ranked Washington will face off against Arizona State. Number 5 ranked Clemson will do battle with Boston College. Number 13 ranked Number 13 ranked Kentucky would do battle with South Carolina. Wake Forest, number 15 ranked Wake Forest, has an opportunity to number 15 ranked Wake Forest will battle against Army Golden Knights. 16 ranked BYU takes on Notre Dame. Number 20 ranked Kansas State can be in a dogfight. Iowa State. I think Iowa State was one of those is another team that's out there from the Big 12 that can cause problems. Although they're 0-2 currently, they always are have a possibility. Texas A&M will take on number 1 ranked Alabama, number 14 ranked North Carolina State. Dudes battle with Florida State. Number 12 Oregon faces off against Arizona, and of course, saving the best for last, them USC Trojans, 6th ranked, do battle with the Washington State Cougars, currently 4-1, 1-1 overall. Of course, USC holding out the top spot for the Pac-12 currently as they look to walk off in glory as they exit the Pac-12, going in to set their sights on demolishing the Big 12 next year. That game, of course, a 6:30 game on Fox. I'm here for it, ready to go. And then let's not leave out, although neither team is ranked, it is a battle, the Red River Shootout, due to commence 11 o'clock Central Standard Time as the Texas Longhorns face off against the Oklahoma Boomer Sooners in the Red River Shootout, one of the biggest rivalries in the NCAA. Although it's no true implications, one thing that will happen is Ewers, their top quarterback, who went out in the Alabama game, who probably could have took care of Alabama and had Texas elevated, will potentially be back for that game. Due to the woes in which Oklahoma has been facing, this could be a detriment to the Oklahoma fan base because it could mean their third, counted, 1, 2, 3. If you're in the Anglo or Greek in community, that's Ace, Deuce, Trey. Their Trey loss for the season. Hey, we'll have to be able. We'll see it. We'll know. I mean, it's going to be on display. Or can OU stop the bleeding and get a W and reset their sights on possibly a lower tier bowl game? Because I believe the national championship is their um, out of their reach for the 2022-2023 season. Let me see what else we had. Excuse me if I was a little excited. I just got to keep that energy. Got to get that energy going. Natural, all natural, baby. Let's go. So, like I said, that's the NCAA. Football, of course, continue rep your team, rep your squad for the 22, the Deuce Deuce. NBA action. Let me see. Of course, in the NBA talk, you had I'm sorry. Let me let me see. Oh, wait. Oh my God. Becky, what do we have here? There's been a lot of talk. You know what? Do y'all believe in myths? Like, you're not myths, legends. Not even legends. Let's go back. Urban legends. Let's say that. So, if y'all remember the show, or any of the show, or even, yeah, let's go with myths, because actually the myths goes better with that. So, we've had leprechauns, we've had unicorns, uh, Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, just anything, all those things in which we have, and we always have sightings in which you be like, yo, did you believe what you just seen? You know what, everybody?
To
We have a bishop sighting. We have a bishop
what's
sighting.
what's going on? How y'all doing, man? What's good? What's good, Trey? What's good? What's good? Can you hear
What's
me?
good? What's good? What's good, man? Yeah. I hear you loud and clear, brother. What's good,
Okay,
Anthony?
good,
All
good,
right,
good.
Caleb. Glad you speaking in.
What's going on, Anthony? Caleb? Canadian, what's good? That ain't that the anchor?
Yes, yes, sir.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Jackie, what's going on, Jackie? Well, good morning, good morning. What's up, man? What is good, man? How y'all living?
Hey, it's just, saying it's Copper Stack here. You know how we get down formations every morning.
Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. My bad, man. I've been a bit busy, man. As y'all, oh, y'all can't see nothing, but yeah, man, I've been a bit busy. Yeah, really, Anthony. That's what we doing right now. That's what we doing.
Oh goodness.
Putting out Amber Alerts and stuff. Yeah, man. Uh, man, I've been busy, man. Moving into a new house, all of that stuff, man. I actually I gotta. I'm not gonna be on here too long because I do have somebody's out here to come out here to the house now. Got an appointment, so they should be here around 10, close to 10,
Mhm.
somewhere close around that time. So I'm gonna have to leave at that time. But yeah, man, it's good to see y'all, man. It's good to be back, man. I had a lot of technical difficulties. Just moved in our house on last Friday, a week from today, and just trying to get everything settled in, trying to get all the equipment back up and running, stuff like that. And was just having a few headaches here and there, but I'm here. I'm here. And it is first formation, man. I know y'all missing the WGO. You know what it is, what it is. And it's funny, man, because as you can see, what my background is, it was Thursday night's game, and we know how Trey has been faring on Thursday night's game, and he, by the
What?
look of the Irish, he comes out with a
Ah, there
win,
you
with an
go. Another
overtime W,
legend. Yes.
overtime win with the Indianapolis Colts. And I wanted to pick the Colts. I did. I wanted to pick the Colts, but I figured Denver could get the win in my Stadium. And I was unfortunately wrong. Unfortunately,
It,
maybe Russell Wilson is not that dude out there. But we're in NBA, so we go. Let's keep it there at NBA, and then we'll come back
oh yeah,
to
we'll
the
definitely get to
NFL.
the NFL. So, like I said, just as Caleb was stating, I bet you about to talk about Wimby. If y'all don't know who Wimby is, you better get in his bag. Of course, Metropolitan 92, the Italian international team, uh, played last night their second of two games versus G League Ignite, in which the G League Ignite, the first game, got the W, but they wasn't as lucky as the second time around, losing 112 to 106. Victor Wimbayama scored 36 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks.
Mm.
Of a correction, 4 assists, 4 blocks after getting 37 points in the first game. He came back with it did not disappoint in the second game. Of course, it's fair to say that the G League Ignite's top scorer and their leader, Scoot Henderson, was not able to play due to a knee injury. But in any case, there was a house that was there. I ain't gonna say packed, but there were plenty. Of course, with Phoenix playing against the LA Lakers, while they was out there, you had Chris Paul. Of course, Rudy Gobert came through. Angel Wilson, another champion. Uh, Las Vegas Aces, all there in attendance. Demarcus Cousins, of course, LeBron James. Um, and everyone was there. In which LeBron came on and said he is a talent, a rare talent. In which you see, he's like just like I was talking about unicorns and stuff like that. He's like, this man isn't a unicorn; he's an alien. You just don't see nobody with his size being 7'5". The move with his grace, his ability to oh, bless you, brother.
Thank you.
His ability to shoot from the outside and just saying take care of business. It's like you don't see anything like this. Of course, expected to be the number one draft pick this coming NBA draft. Scoot Henderson, who plays for the G League Ignite, expected to be the number 2 draft pick. So, but Wimbyama basically stated that he appreciates the praise that LeBron gives and everyone's giving, but he said he has goals to reach, and he's like he's not listening. He's like he's going after what he's going to go after and take care of business. And in state is his all that will come once he has finished. Once he has completed those goals. So Anthony Price, okay, Amazon putting out bad games. We gonna get to that. Amazon, y'all cannot put that on Amazon. If that was the NFL Network or ESPN or whoever would have won the bid for a Thursday night game, they would have got that game, irregardless. I mean, regardless. Um, but yeah, so of course, like I said, further into like NBA, like what Bishop was just talking about, 5 games last night, I believe it was. Let me make sure. Yeah, 5, 4, three, two. Too much TikTok. Let me see. Keep the hands up. It's shaking. Uh, Last night, guys. Okay, yesterday. First off, because like I said, 5 games slated last night in preseason. First off, Milwaukee Bucks had it out with the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks victorious 123-113. Um, the Bucks led by Giannis Antetokounmpo's 19 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists from Bobby Portis, 17 points, 3 assists from Javon Carter. Grayson Allen contributed 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 12 from Drew Holiday, 3 rebounds, 7 assists to go, as well as Serge Ibaka, 15 points, 7 rebounds, no assists. The Hawks, led by that backcourt, everyone keeps on wondering if they're going to be formidable. Uh, that backcourt being, oh man, I just lost it right quick. That backcourt being, of course, Javante Murray, J- DeJounte Murray, and Trey Young. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists from Javante, close to a double. 2 rebounds, 1 assist from a triple double in preseason action. Trey Young, 22 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 16 points from Aaron Holiday, 16 points from John Collins, as well as DeAndre Hunter with 17 points, 7 rebounds. Um, Bishop, do I mean you was your man? He was one of your men's last year. Between him, Ja, and RJ, do you think
Who?
Trey Young?
Oh, okay, okay. Do I think
Yeah,
what?
I was about to say, do you think he finally takes that step forward to where he's able to propel the Atlanta Hawks to those bigger heights now that he has Dejounte Murray in tow as well?
I do think that, man. I do see that they played the Milwaukee Bucks in this preseason. Milwaukee's 0-2 as the Hawks had
Mm-hmm.
their first game winning by 123 to 113. And then with DeAndre Hunter, he knocked down 17 while Collins had 16. Murray had 25. Right,
Mm-hmm.
that's impressive against an impressive team against the Bucks. Again, it is preseason. We know how preseason is. They had everybody. They had Brooke. They had Drew. They didn't have whatchamacallit though. They had Bobby Portis, but they didn't have oh uh
Middleton.
Middleton didn't play. So
Yeah,
that's
he's still
that's still
recovering.
so that's still a mediocre team without Middleton. So, but I do think that help that came in for to help out Trey and Hunter and Murray, Dejounte Murray. I think that's a huge addition to that team. I think that's going to help Trey, so they don't try and double team him as much because there are too many other weapons out there in Atlanta, and I think that's going to be very very useful for Trey. And I'm sure he's excited about it, especially seeing what they could do against a formidable team like Milwaukee.
Uh-huh. Of course, in the next game, the Orlando Magic uh, faced off against San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs taking the L, losing 102-99. Of course, the Magic paced by Wendell Carter Jr.'s 20 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 12 points out of Franz Wagner, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 10 points, 2 rebounds from Moritz Wagner, his brother. Terrence Ross, 5 points. And of course, the number one draft pick, Paulo Banchero, nine
Only
points, five
9.
rebounds. Yes, 5 points, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. The Spurs,
Ooh, the Spurs
nah,
had low points. Good God, the
yeah,
highest person had 14 points.
14. Doug McDermott, 14 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. 12 points from Keita Bates Diop. 11 points for Devin Vassell. Of course, 11 points Trey Jones' contribution. And then lastly, of course, 9 points from Josh Richardson. I don't know, Bishop, if we right now, if we're looking or going to know who is going to be that go getter for the San Antonio Spurs. I wonder, does their front office have any plans, or is it just going to be a team by committee? Why, like, what is potentially could be the
I
plan for
think
the
it's
San Antonio Spurs?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a team well, of course they're in a rebuilding stage.
Hmm.
Um, so I think it's going to take some time. Um, they're a young team. They're a very young team. So
Yes.
it's going to take some time to get that gel from the young players. and with the hopes of a few veterans to be able to come in and give them some pointers on how to withstand the season. But
Hmm.
they're young, so I don't know if we should expect a whole lot from that team. If it, with Pop, we know Pop is old school. But if it was probably me as a coach, I would probably try and run and gun because I got young legs and young guys. I would probably
Hmm.
try and run and gun if I have the firepower to gun like that. They would definitely need shooters. They have to beat these other teams up and down the court. Like you said, they played Orlando, which is not a older team. They're fairly young as well, but you just got to get out and just try and out hustle them. And in this game, the Pacers came. I mean, the Spurs came up short with the Magic coming out on top 102.
So it's something interesting you just said when I caught it. Like you said, very young team.
Mm-hmm.
Pop, not just being old school. Pop is
Yeah.
old.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you think it's about time for that transition to happen there, especially when you get it with the younger?
Yeah. I think what it is. I think it. I'm assuming. So let me say this right.
Hmm.
So for me, I look at it like this, right? Just like when we know what was it, Nick Pitino and all them
Hmm.
coaches when they've coached for so long, it's kind of you kind of don't want to see a coach leave because you feel
Hmm.
like when they leave the game, they kind of leave life. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what a lot of people, including maybe even himself, Coach Pop himself. He lost his wife a few years ago, things
Correct.
like that nature. So it's just him, his kids, or whatever. So yeah, I'm sure that's what's keeping him going. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of time when you lose a loved one, especially a wife, a spouse, or something like that, a husband, you're trying to throw yourself into work to keep your mind off of certain things like that, so you don't have to focus on what has happened in your life that maybe drastically changed your life. So I don't know, man. If I'm sure the front office
Hmm.
of the Spurs is probably in dire needs for looking for a future replacement for Pop. Um, I would probably think that they're probably looking somewhere around that, probably looking into it as we speak. Um, but with that being said, I don't know. Um, I think a lot of people would hate to see Pop go, but it might be that time, man. It just when your rain has run its course, sometimes you
Hmm.
just gotta let it go and let it and keep it moving.
Keep it
And
moving here.
it might be that time. Not saying he can't do it, but it would have to be. He would have to show and tell right now. Time is now, and like you said, he's not getting any younger. He's older gentleman. I think Pop is in his 70s. So yeah, that's my take on
Hmm.
it.
Of course, next up, two more games left. The Miami Heat faced off against the Brooklyn Nets, another throttling, a 29-point demolishing of the Brooklyn Nets. But of course, like Bush was saying earlier, it's preseason. The Heat, led by they had about 7 players in double
Yeah,
figures.
he yeah they put him some work, bro. Good
Led
lord.
by Bam Adebayo's 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. 15 points apiece from Jamal Cain and Kyle Lowry. Four rebounds, 2 assists for Lowry. 11 rebounds, 1 assist for Cain. 12 points apiece from Duncan Robinson and Drew Smith. Smith with 3 rebounds,
And
3 assists.
Jameer Boye.
And
So
yes,
he
correct.
had
And
12. He had
Jamari boy, yes, 12 points is additionally for him with two rebounds. Um, 10 points from Max Struss through 2 rebounds, 3 assists. What did I know he played Jimmy Butler 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. We did
ooh,
not see Nikola
we didn't see.
Jovic
Yeah.
10 points,
Oh,
and
he had,
five
yeah.
assists. But we did not see any action from Victor Oladipo or Tyler Hero. So
Tyler
uh,
Hero. Yeah.
yeah, in that
Which
of
you didn't
course,
need to, obviously.
yeah, they can need it. The On the opposite side of the spectrum, the Nets was good. Rich Applewhite. On the
What's good? What's
opposite
good? What's
side of
good?
the spectrum, what's good, Ron? Who's the new guy?
Really, Eric? This is what we doing. This is what we doing. Good,
uh,
good morning, new guy. Really?
Kevin Durant, 22 points, 4 rebounds. Cam Thomas, 13 points, 3 rebounds. Markieff Morris, 6 points, 10.6 rebounds. And then after that, it was a couple of onesies and twosies here. Last night, Kyrie
Really?
Irving did not play. Ben Simmons, 4 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists.
In 25
Um,
minutes? I need you to do better, Ben. I
some
need
of
you to
that
do
might have
better,
been,
bro.
some of that might have been, they might have forced him to have to try to take a jump shot, and he relented to. That could have been a possibility. I'm just saying, man. Why you look at me
That's what we
like
doing.
that?
That's
I'm
what we
just
doing.
saying, it's
That's what we doing
possible.
right now. We starting
It's
that early, right? Yeah,
possible.
this preseason. Don't forget, it's preseason.
I just say like I mean, maybe that could
This
have been
dude
what it
starting with
was.
the nonsense.
Uh,
He's starting with the nonsense already.
I hope that's not the case, because that could be lead to a lot of 20-point blowouts. But like I said, Kyrie wasn't playing,
He didn't.
so
Kyrie did not play.
Patty Mills, 19 minutes, 1 rebound. Uh,
And say that again. He didn't leave nothing out. 19 minutes and 1 rebound. He had one damn stat, which was a rebound. You didn't hit one shot. You couldn't hit a layup, Patty, a jumper. You couldn't get fouled and go
go
to the
cloud to
line and
go to
knock
the
down some
line.
free throws, bro. Come on,
Oh.
Patty. I knew. See, Patty. You know who else didn't play? I don't see Seth.
Oh yeah, Seth didn't play. Well, Seth was recovering from and TJ Warren too, but TJ's not expected back till November. I think Seth isn't actually expected back till even next game or the game after that, which are how many games y'all play? 2. So I still got 4 games
Yeah.
left. So he's supposed to play. I think he's supposed to play closer to in the next couple of days. One of the
Okay.
next 2 games. So he's out with a ankle injury.
Okay.
Ron, what's good, brother?
Ron, the professor, what's up, man? What's up? What up? My Nets is gonna get it together, man. My Nets gonna get it together. Don't y'all sleep on them, man. It's early. It's preseason. We know how preseason is, man. I don't think the Eagles won a game in the preseason. But guess where we at right now, baby? But we still on NBA. Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on topic. But I just want y'all to know. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to know.
And then of course, last but not least, in preseason, the Minnesota Timberwolves battled with the Los Angeles Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers taking the L, losing by 15 points, 99 to 114.
0-3. They 0-3.
0-3. They are 0-3. Anthony Edwards, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. D'Angelo Russell contributed the same, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 13 points, 4 rebounds from Jalen Noel, 10 points from Luka Garza, 11 points from Nathan Knight, and then of course Nas Reed and McDaniel with 8 points apiece. The Lakers, 17 points from Cole Swider, 10 points from Lonnie Walker, 11 points from Matt Ryan, Max Christie, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 18 points from Thomas Bryant. Yeah, none of them played. Westbrook, so it was, what I'm saying, it was just
Scottie Pippen Jr. dropped 14.
Yeah, like I said, I guess at this point they're looking, because the Lakers are like 20 people deep at this point, so 5 people got to be released by the 17th, and then game day on the 18th. So people playing for their contract, playing for their spots at this point.
CPJ looked like he's trying to make the roster.
Oh yeah.
He's second leading in points.
He's most likely. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to get on.
And he got the most minutes.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get the 15-man roster. Him, Cole Swider as well. I think are going to be some rookies that get
Thomas Bryant.
Yeah, and well, Bryant, he's not a rookie, but he's played for the Lakers. They got traded to the Wizards, went there for about 2 or 3 years, and they brought him back.
And came back.
So
okay.
Yeah, so they.
I'm sure they're bringing him back because of Anthony Davis.
Yeah, they need someone to take over the center duties. Yeah.
So with losing by 15, that's not with no stars in the game. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. With no stars in the game, that's not bad.
Ron, you can hear us?
What do you think about Minnesota's team? Why are we thinking wait on Ron? Yeah, I can hear. I can hear his background. What do you think about Minnesota now that Go Bears over there? Rudy over there doing his thing. He only had 5 points, but I mean, what?
We didn't, we didn't see. I was about to say we didn't see Cat either, but I know he's out
Big Cat.
with that
Yeah, I was about to say Big Cat.
with that throat injury, throat infection.
Mm.
So, like I think me and Ron spoke about it the other day, or one of these days this past week. You got Rudy wasn't brung to be an offensive stalwart.
Right.
He's
Facts.
a defensive anchor.
Right.
So I think maybe that could be a sentiment to him being down, having them and being the 15 points potentially. I don't know if that's what it was to go to take a in depth look into his into what that did for him. So it's no telling.
Does Ron have on a robe? What is that?
I was trying.
No, that's a
You
sweater.
know what? Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
I
sweater.
can see it now.
You know what?
At first, when I first saw his hair and I seen the little head wrap, I was like, "Is Ron getting out the shower?"
I was looking. I was like, "Yeah, I figured I recognized it as a sweater," but I was like, "Yo, is he about to sing us a hymn? Like, what is going on?" Like, I'm trying to, you know, how you trying to concentrate. You see something, you try to keep the focus. I was like, "What the hell?"
Y'all ignorant.
Rob, what's good with you this morning, brother?
What's good, Rob? What's up? What up?
Throwing up in the bathrobe. I'm good. Friday.
That's what's up, man. Friday, man. It is Friday, man. Welcome to the weekend, man. Welcome to the weekend. Glad to be back, man.
In a couple more.
Don't start Trey, man. Don't start this.
I didn't say anything.
Don't start this.
I didn't say a word. I said so much the last 4 days. I didn't say anything.
I bet you did, because I wasn't on here. I'm sure you had a lot to say.
No, so the other day it was old. It was like pew 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 pew.
I know they was throwing jazz. I know they was throwing jazz, especially Eric. I know Eric had a whole lot to say, didn't
he? Him, Applewhite.
It's cool. I know they did. I know they all had a lot to say.
Man. Anthony, oh my goodness, I was like, oh my
good
goodness.
To be back. Yeah, it is good. It's good to be back, Eric. It is. It's cool, man. I know y'all talking about my Sooners. I get it. But the key thing don't laugh so hard, Ron. Don't laugh so hard, Ron. Don't laugh so hard, Ron. So check it, right? It's cool. I'm not gonna lie. I was highly upset about that game. Again, I was moving, so I didn't really get to catch the game. I saw bits and pieces of it. I did see that we got thrashed by Kansas State. I mean, they are a team that's formidable. That gives us problems every year as well. That's another team that gives us problems every year. So I'm not in a way. I'm not surprised. However, I do feel like when it's all said and done, I'm gonna be completely honest. It really, really, really bothers me that the fact that I don't think Dylan Gabriel's that dude.
Isn't he injured? Didn't he take an injured go down?
Yeah, he's out. He's gonna be out this game. He's not even playing this game. He's out this game. We got 4 players that's gonna be out this game. We had a total of 9 initially, but now 4 of them has been, or 5 of them has been cleared to play, but 4 haven't, and one of them is Dylan Gabriel. He's not playing this weekend in the Red River Shootout.
Ubers comes back. Gabriel's out.
Right,
Red River Shootout ain't looking too good.
Yeah, it's not. It's really not looking good at all. But I will say, like I said, I don't think Dylan Gabriel, after watching like four of their games, he has a tendency. He's lefty. He's a lefty. He has a tendency to throw the ball high. And I was saying that after game 1 and 2. I was like, why is he continuously overthrowing these guys? He's spreading his legs too far apart. And he's not getting enough push. He's getting too much push, should I say, over in his throws, and he's sailing it. And because of that, Kansas State took major advantage of that, and that's why we truly lost. And then for me, they scored on big plays, like huge plays, like wide open plays. And I'm thinking, come on, Brent, aren't you a defensive type? Aren't you a defensive coach? How are these guys scoring wide open plays, and you're a defensive coach? So this makes me also question Brent Venables' ability to be a head coach, because I know everybody's going to probably be, it's his first season. We are a program that flourish off wins, not off of losses, especially 2 back-to-back. I don't know the last time that's happened in Oklahoma Sooner football history, and where we lost 2 games back-to-back like that, and one being a thrashing. So Brent Venables has me question him. Dylan Gabriel, I feel like he's and I think what makes it even worse is the fact that Caleb Williams and them still doing their thing out there.
Ron is so horrible, man. You like he's
man,
like,
it's
like he's pouring his soul out, and then Ron is like
it's
laughing.
Irritating, man.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie, Ron. I know. I expect this. I expect. Shut up, Eric, man. I know, man. It's just
when he was like, it's Ron.
It's just bad, man. It's bad. But what I can't say is, it's cool. I'm cool because my Eagles is still riding high, baby. So I got something to be happy. I mean, I'm upset about my college, but my beloved Eagles with comeback wins and all of that. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let me
finish up this NBA, then we can get into the NBA, NFL. So of course, NBA, of course, saying good looking out. Dennis Schroeder is going to potentially join the Los Angeles Lakers this weekend. He was having trouble with his work visa. Finally got all that taken care of. Ron Bishop, what I realized is Dennis Schroeder is actually he's a 13-point average guy and stuff like that. He might actually be a key asset to the Lakers, even more so than where you wonder where the conversation is like, is Westbrook really in trouble? Like, we dare to say it, but is he in trouble for real? Like, is Schroeder going to push him with Patrick Beverly? So it's like another situation. We all know, start looking over your shoulder. We see what happened to Trubisky when he started looking over his shoulder. But I doubt that happens to Russell, especially if they let him do Russ be Russ. We shouldn't have no problems whatsoever.
What do you mean? Hold on. You're not finna ride past that like it ain't. What do you mean let Russ be Russ? Why wasn't they letting Russ be Russ last year? What happened? He wasn't Russ being Rusty. He looked rusty. That's what he looked like. He looked rusty. That's what he looked like.
Wasn't so. Let's not act like.
Oh, here we go.
Coach Vogel
here we go, Ron.
Did not clamp Russell Westbrook last year due to the fact of yes, he was
Ron, do you truly agree that the coach clamped down Russell last year?
I'm pretty sure Trey's the first person that said that ever.
He did not let Russ be Russ. And so
how
this
did
is
he
like
not?
I said.
Okay, I want to hear this. How did he not let Russ be Russ? How did he not? By Russ shooting all these bricks. He's like, get the ball out of Russ's hand because he's rusty, right?
Everything went through LeBron. It's LeBron's team. Everything went through LeBron. LeBron came to the ball, the predominantly ball dominant, and that was a problem for us. But what they expect now is that the get it and go mentality. If Russ got the ball, Russ pushed the rock. If LeBron got the ball, LeBron pushed it, make plays. If AD, which I despise, if AD got the ball, push it and make plays. That's the mentality. That's the stigma that they go. That's their mantra. Get it and go.
But if that's the case, Ron and Trey, why bring in why bring in
Schroeder or
Schroeder? Yeah, why bring it?
We always know someone has to.
Someone has happy with obviously you're not happy with Russell's performance. That's why you're bringing in Schroeder.
Well, you're not. What we're not going to do here is try to sit up and cause a division and divide amongst my squad. Talk about if you're not happy with Russ. No one said they was happy with Russ.
So why bring in Schroeder? Why bring in Dennis? Same position.
Why did y'all already had a point guard? Why did y'all bring in Ben?
Ben is not so. Ben is a freak of nature type of point guard. What point guard outside of Magic have you seen at 6'9"?
LeBron.
Thank you. That part. I'll wait. Don't worry that part. He's a different type of point guard. Dennis Schroeder and Russell Westbrook are pretty much the same. Yes, Russell is have more athleticism.
Thank you, Ron. That is there.
Hold
Nowhere
on,
the same.
hold on, Ron. Don't look up at the sky yet. Hold on. Come back now. They're the same. Listen, y'all didn't let me finish. Russell is definitely more athletic than Schroeder. However, they pretty much can bring the same thing to the table, though, for the most part.
Schroeder's
they
a better
facilitate,
shooter.
Huh?
Schroeder's a better shooter.
Better shooter, that part. Agreed. Which they're lacking from Russ. So my whole point, why are you going do you see, let me ask you this, Trey and Ron, do you see Russell and Schroeder being on the court at the same time?
No.
They're going to cancel one of each other out, right? One, there's going to be like Mr. Oil and Water, right? I don't see them both being on the floor at the same time.
Facts.
So which one do you put on the bench? Do you put Russell on the floor? Or do you put Schroeder on the floor
Russell is a potential walking triple-double easily.
Potential.
You're putting Russell on the floor.
Keyword potential. Isn't everybody a potential walking three?
That's why. Hence the reason I said easily. He's a walking triple-double easily. We all, like you said, we all can be walking triple-doubles. Right. But Russ is easily a walking triple-double in that case. Like all 10 players on that team on the floor can be triple-double getters, but there's only a few that we can say without a reasonable doubt is going to probably walk away with a triple-double. Russell Westbrook is one of those three. Is one of them.
Ron, so you agree with all of that?
Not a single bit.
He was like, "Hey, Ron, you agree with that? Not a single bit."
Just gotta let Trey have his moments with
that part, bro.
So education as profession, please.
Yeah, I want to hear you. On Russell and Schroeder being in the same team. Yeah.
I don't think Russ is on this team by the end of 2022. So I think he's on. If he's on the team past the trade deadline, I'll be shocked. It's just kind of like you're here right now, Russ, but it's okay. If they were to fit, I would go with Schroeder starting and Russ coming off the bench.
Which that's what Anthony was just saying Russ would be a sixth man.
That's what I say.
Their biggest difference between them is Schroeder doesn't need the ball to be
as much as Russ.
Yeah, I don't want to say the best version of him, to be capable. He can play better off the ball compared to Russ, but Russ needs to be in control of everything to get the best version of him, and he ain't gonna humble himself, which is why he's going to be getting walked out the league.
Out the league, bro?
Nobody wants him.
Ooh.
He wouldn't be in LA if that was the case.
Ooh.
I'm gonna laugh at you. So
who wants him?
That's a good question. So they tried to shop him, right? The Lakers don't Lakers really don't want him, right? They dealing with it because they have him. They don't really want him. He's not doing anything for him. He's not. He's not doing anything for him. They got the asterisk championship before he got there, and then
I asked you this, Bishop: is the Barry Bonds asterisk homeborn king?
Oh, why we gotta do this?
I'm just asking. Is Barry Bonds a asterisk home run king?
So, are you asking for me, or are you saying in the world by its world standards? Are you asking me? Is he asterisk? Or are you asking him?
Let's start where I'm able to reach out and speak. So let's start with you. Is Barry Bonds an asterisk home run king?
No.
I'll rest my case.
No, that's not a rest in your case. There's a total difference. There's a difference. Barry Bonds, that was his individual accolade. That's something he did himself. They had no calls on what the league did, nothing. He did himself.
So the reason I say I rest my case is because from your admission, what you just said, in your opinion, there was some challenges or some hurdles or something that potentially stood in the way of saying this person has achieved this, or this entity has achieved this height off of this of what has not been done before or what isn't due or something to do. That's Barry Bonds. The Lakers as well faced the adversity against COVID-19, in which put them to where
Something Ladonna.
to where finally they were able to play a season during a pandemic late season, and in that situation they had to quarantine teams to play, in which they quarantined those teams, and it was the Lakers were victorious after that quarantine, in which some people call a bubble, in which you call the bubble with the asterisks.
Trey, it's amazing. It's amazing, Trey, how quickly you throw up comments when regards to when it comes to my team. Bro. They put him up there. He got him up there so quick, like he knew it was coming. Like he throws up comments so quick. Anyway, LaDonna, don't worry about him. We still gonna be in the CFP watch.
And to sit up and think, Hey,
hush, Professor. It's gonna happen. We're gonna be
LaDonna's Mizzou almost handed Alabama an L. So I wonder if that was Oklahoma, would it have even been close?
But they didn't hand Alabama L. They did not. So they did not. Yeah.
Shout out to LaDonna and the that's Eric's team too. Mizzou Tigers. Correction,
Georgia?
Yeah,
oh,
Georgia.
Georgia.
It was Georgia. I'm sorry, LaDonna.
I didn't think it was Alabama. I thought it was Georgia. I was like, what? I didn't get to watch a lot of games, like I said, so I may have missed it. We almost gave Georgia. Yeah. Oh, here go we almost ain't good enough. Y'all didn't. What up, Coach Hunter? What's good? What's good, Coach Gar?
I think overall, the general first formation family, Bishop, just wants to make sure you're okay.
I'm fine, man. I'm fine, man. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good, man. Upset. I was not fine Saturday. I was not good at all.
Me and Trey been trying to figure out how many TVs was broken. I know you got the whole setup, most controls thrown out the window.
I'm gonna be honest, Professor. Luckily, I was moving, because if I hadn't been moving, and luckily I was moving, and I didn't have a TV in my hand, because I probably would have been broke, bro. Because the little bit I did see, I was highly upset.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to just go get like a little cheap TV for this weekend, a little $50 something for the Red River matchup. So you can get that.
It's crazy you say that, Ron, because right before I got on here, right, my wife was like, "Hey, you can go get a TV," because my brother-in-law, of course, and our realtor are huge Texas fans. They're from San Antonio, just like my wife. Really, LaDonna, that's what y'all gonna say? Boom! Soon. I'm always gonna say that, baby. Don't sleep on it. It's coming. You see, I'm still wearing my crimson red. But anyway, my wife was saying to me right before I got on the show, she was like, "Hey, our realtor plus my brother."
Trey. Don't y'all do that.
I'm trying to think how we get from baseball to the Lakers. Hey, man, it's always Trey. You know how Trey do, man. She asked me about TV. She was like, "Hey, I need you to go get a TV for this weekend because the realtor coming over. Everybody want to come over and watch the game. New house and all of that. I get it. Pool and all of that. So we're gonna try and watch the game. So I gotta go get a new TV after the show. After they come and fix some things here at the house. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching the game this weekend. Definitely. I wish I could have been. I still have yet to. That's the bucket list thing. I want to go to the Red River Shootout. Have yet to go yet. But that is my plans. That is my plans. Big game this weekend for us. Big game.
Indeed. Of course, War NBA. Ron, you might tell me what you think about this. Is Joel Embiid representing Italy or the U.S. in this year's Olympics and maybe even World Cup? Where do you think he's going to lean towards?
Italy. He's Italian.
Nah, Cameroon is they're recruiting him. I mean, the Cameroon, because he has a French. Hold on for a second.
He better not go play for Italy. It's Cameroon or U.S. or I'm done with you, Embiid. Italy. What? That would be almost as bad as the Spanish Inquisition.
Really, LaDonna. To watch us lose, we're not finna lose to Texas. Watch, we about to beat Texas. that's gonna be our comeback game. We're not finna lose 3 games in a row. Ron, that's a bet that you should do on right there. Oklahoma beat Texas. We're not losing 3 in a row.
I don't know how.
Italy beat, but he should play for the U.S. if he wants a medal. No, not necessarily Applewhite. Not the way that this ain't the old team. Not necessarily Applewhite.
Yeah, the U.S. needs him.
Yeah, we definitely need him. Because, have you been watching AP? Applewhite, Rich AP, man, we've been getting thrashed in basketball by these other countries, bro. They've been thrashing us.
Giannis' team is nasty. Luka's team's all right.
Luka's team is the
Joker.
Joke, yeah. All them foreign teams, man, them all across the water teams, they not playing, bro. They tired of getting whooped on like a stepchild. They bringing their game. They bringing their A game for real.
I wish Africa had it was all one team and they weren't split up by country.
Split up the way they split up. Yeah.
So Bishop, I know you gotta get up out here in a little bit. But so real quick, I want to be able to get your picks so we can go ahead and get those picks out the way. So me and Ron finish up. Let me put up, of course, with this being week 5, it's already started off right. Colts get the win last night, but we'll talk about that a little bit. But let's get to these picks, gentlemen, so we can go ahead and get out this way.
The Colts won?
Yes, they won in overtime, bro.
The W. Plenty to talk about that day.
In overtime.
First game. The New York Giants face off in London versus the Green Bay Packers. Gentlemen, who y'all rocking with this Sunday?
Give me that bad man, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. I'm rocking with Green Bay as well, especially New York is going to be a little short on offense.
Sign me up.
Green Bay it is 3 times. Next game, the Detroit Lions will face off against the hobbled New England Patriots.
Give me the Lions, man. I'm gonna take Detroit.
Lions,
I agree.
Give me the Patriots.
Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. Mac Jones is starting, and Billy Zapp is going to be in the center.
Who's New England's coach?
Word.
Say that. He said it's not. He said this is chess, not checkers. He said this is chess, not checkers.
Next up, the Los Angeles Chargers face off against Jacoby Brissett and the Cleveland Browns.
Ooh. Chargers is finally starting to run around and getting back to full health.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland coming off a loss. I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Yeah, let me get the Chargers too. Yeah, let me get the Chargers.
AFC. Next up, the Houston Texans face off against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Give me
Jags.
Yep, give me sunshine.
A clean sweep with Jacksonville. Next up, the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Does Brady shake off the haters and the loss and the pending divorce? What is it going to be?
Ooh, yeah, he does. Yeah, that's crazy. Got a lot going on, man. But I'm think he's the GOAT for a reason. So I'm taking the Bucks.
Okay.
Bucks. I don't even know who they playing. I'll
Atlanta
too.
Atlanta.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Who you took, Trey?
I went with Buccaneers only because they're without Cordell.
Came out. I don't think TB loses for a while.
The Steelers do battle with the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo coming off.
Give me that man, Josh. Give me that man, Josh.
A disappointing win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give me that man, Josh.
Ron, you down with the Bills too?
Yep.
All right, clean sweep. Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo. Next up, Miami Dolphins. Teddy Two Gloves in the building, facing off against the New York Jets. Where are y'all going, gentlemen? What's good, Commissioner Myers? How you doing this morning?
Good one. What's up,
Dolphins.
Miles? Tua's not playing this week, huh?
Teddy Two Gloves. Bridgewater in the building.
Tua can't play for the rest of the year. This is Teddy's team.
Um,
And if Tua come
I'm gonna
back,
go with
we're gonna have to discuss.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
We're all
I'm gonna
going
go
with
with
the Dolphins.
I just knew this was going to be one where y'all was going to split with me, but unfortunately, that all Miami. Next up, the Minnesota Vikings faces off against Eric's.
You know what? Change mine to the Jets.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Change mine to
Let's
the
make
Jets.
up. Yeah, Ron, you with him?
Absolutely not.
I'm changing mine. Change mine to the Jets.
Chicago Bears facing off against the Minnesota Vikings. Eric already gave us
Vikings.
what he's talking about. What y'all talking about?
You know, you like
Bears
that?
gonna upset them boys.
You like that? You like that? I'm going with Kirk Cousins. You like that? I'm going with the Vikes, bro.
I'll take Vikes too. This ain't a prime time game, so we're gonna get
Nah.
Kirk Cousins.
I rock with Minnesota as well. Washington Commanders against the Tennessee Titans.
Ooh wee. Ooh wee.
I know, in Washington. But I don't think they can stop Derrick Henry, man. Give me the Titans.
Tennessee
I don't
it
think they can stop
is.
Derrick. I don't think they can stop Derrick. And Carson gonna be Carson. So I'm taking
The Vikings are not gonna win big. It's the Vikings.
yeah, give me the Titans, man. Tighten up. Yeah, I know, yeah. Commanders can't stop the run game. That part, I say. I think Derrick Henry is gonna run full. But who y'all got?
I like the C words.
The who?
Really? He's
Who?
going with
What game?
Wentz.
He went going with Wentz? Okay. I'm taking him. Who'd you take to Trey?
I'm going with Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Next up, Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints got some explaining to do. Who y'all with? The Saints? Who that? Or the Seahawks?
This is the hardest game.
This is a hard one. This really is a hard one. But because they
Michael
playing in the
Thomas,
Noya,
Michael Thomas and Winston did not practice yesterday, so they might not play.
I'm still playing in the Noya, so I'm gonna go with New Orleans, bro. Mute coach.
Baby.
I'm gonna take the hot hand. Give me Seattle.
That's my people.
Who do I got with? Let's say the NO. I'll go with New Orleans. San Francisco 49ers and the Carolina Panthers. Do we continue to be on the win streak? Of course, you know who I'm going with, San Francisco.
Sign me up.
Get Bishop when he come back on his. The Philadelphia Eagles against the other birds in the NFL. Really, Eric? That's what we're doing? All right, brother. The Arizona Cardinals. Who you with? Oh, all right. This should be simple.
I want to pick the Cardinals with all of my heart. I think I picked the Jags to beat the Eagles last week too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I won't do that again. I won't bet against Philly. Give me him. Fly, Eagles, fly.
fly, Eagles fly, Philly in the clean sweep, I'm sure. Or I could put that down. Los Angeles Rams play host to Cooper Rush and them Dallas Cowboys. Ron, are you going with the
Cowboys.
squad? Ooh.
Don't even gotta think about it.
Oh, I just think the Rams will be victorious in this one. I'm a Rams LAR for this one. Two more got to get for Bishop. Next up.
Got double the second and third receiving options in just about every category.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
Does Diggs lock Cooper? Is Diggs able to lock down Cooper Kupp?
No, but everybody else is gonna be locked down. It's not trash. It's just I don't know. I'm just not rocking with the Rams. You go ahead, Eric. Yeah, you're right. Rams is trash. The Vikings is dominant.
In the late night game, prime time, Cincinnati Bengals are hosted by the Baltimore Ravens. I would think I know your answer, Ron. But what is it? It may not be what I think it is. Who you going with, bro? Bengals or the Ravens?
Yeah, Lamar Villis and the Ravens have let us down all year. There's no reason they shouldn't be 4-0. I have to go with Lamar, unfortunately, but
Baltimore. I agree. Baltimore. Rounds are off. Their backfield looks horrible. That is true. That's a atrocious backfield.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they just promoted a running back from the practice team. Trey just dropped Cam Akers in the league.
I did. I was like, enough is enough. Goodness.
I was so mad at you when I saw that. I was like, Trey, I was begging for him. Hey, you gonna say Kamara and then drop him the next week?
Someone dropped Jeff Wilson, so I had to pick him up.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Leo Bengals trash. The Ravens. And then of course we don't get to the Monday night game yet. We'll get that. So I gotta get the 1, 2, 3, the last two from Bishop, and of course his San Francisco pick for proceed and finish that off. So we had to get to those pick real quick because Bishop had to drop off. Why Mike coming for you?
Pretty saucy. Oh, hey Mike.
You know who was in the top defensive line in the NFL? He's good for 2 interceptions. But real quick, I did have one more thing in the NFL before we had slid out of it. Why is it that all the time when these situations happen, we already talked about the Draymond Green situation between him and Jordan Poole. GM Bob Myers stated that Draymond did go back and apologize to the team. He said that Jordan Poole was in the room when he apologized. So he ain't apologized to Poole. He apologized to the team. In which we know they was going back and forth, trash talk, start pushing, and Draymond took off on them, 2-piece, and then that was it. They said that there's due to be some type of punishment. They don't know what type of punishment, if any. What they can say is, one, it'll be in team internally, as well as secondly, he's not going to miss any games. Ron, is this problematic?
Yeah. Poole was put in his place, exactly. They done already came out and started blaming Poole and defending Draymond. He said Poole's attitude, his confidence just all changed once he realized he was about to get that major bag.
And that's what you said that, because Meyer said it has nothing to do with their pending statuses, of course. Said bink bink night night.
I think somebody just said, "Do we got any footage?" It looks like it.
That's what it looked like. The problem is, Poole, we know this before even seeing the details. Green is mad that he won't be on the team for long. Poole wants that new deal. Oh my goodness. So I just think from a team standpoint, it might be a little problematic. Now you wonder, like, remember what happened with KD and and uh and Draymond, but of course they're bros, so that's a little bit different. I really wonder what was the situation, like what was said. They was trash talking. Was Draymond talking about you trash? You know, something like that. You were saying you ain't Steph. Stop trying to be Steph or something like that. And Clay and Poole was like, we don't want you anymore or something like that. Like, what could potentially be going on that caused Draymond to hit him? Like, LeBron kicked him and he ain't run up on LeBron like that. What did Poole do that caused Draymond to smack him?
He called Draymond trash.
And that struck a nerve. A two-piece will humble.
He hit him with that KD. Draymond, we don't need you.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, we don't need you. Like, yo. Like, what possibly set Draymond off to the point to where he had to lay hands on that man?
Poole forgot who raised him up.
Did he say this your last year anyway, so don't worry about it? Or what? Like, what was said?
Positive. If they came to blows, it was a
Did
lot.
he
And I think ultimately it didn't really come out, but I saw they was talking about it. Family. I'm pretty sure Draymond called Poole, B-Word, and probably a couple other people. That's Draymond's go-to. Probably said you would be your mom, your brother, your cousins, all of y'all.
I wonder, did he tell Draymond give Steph back those championships? Like, what did he do? Like, what was it that caused this? You big for nothing. Poole got out of line, spoke out of his place. Anytime a player has made it about themselves, Draymond has held them accountable. He did it with KD and now Poole. You think Poole made it about himself, Coach? You think that's what it was? He, saying boasting, talking about I'm about to be a $15 million man or something like that.
Coach like every day. Every day. Just come to work with boxing gloves.
You walking in, it's like, why are you putting on a mouthpiece in?
Nah, like, let's go half court.
You know what it is. Stop playing, fam. Let's go. For the love of money, he took that beat down. Like, how do you come back from that as like we talked about yesterday? Mitrovic, they had to send him out of town with him and Portis, and eventually send Portis on. Poole dunked on Green and called him soft. Oh, blow by him. It ain't no telling, but of course, like I said, not Commissioner Bob Meyer, the GM, stated that everything is good supposedly, and that is going to end state is that they will take care of it internally, and Draymond's not going to miss any games because of it, nor will Poole. The plot thickens as soon as we start to see talks about Poole being traded. Clear message for the Warriors.
They missed the mark. They should have been put their package together for KD, for Donovan. The Warriors been overly confident, as we can see with Jordan Poole's behavior.
Coach said it was a sucker punch.
I don't think sucker is in Draymond's character. And the punch didn't land.
Oh, it didn't? Okay. I thought it landed. I thought he connected.
I think that's what the difference is. If it was landed, we would have been talking about one of them up out of there. It was just a couple swings.
So I don't know, Ron. So let's take this. You know what I'm saying? Me and Ron, if y'all don't know, me and Ron tend to watch a lot of 50 Cent produced shows. So let's simply put this a little perspective. If you rock with Power, Book 3, Raising Canaan, you should know the analogy in which I'm about to put together. Unique's man took a shot and missed at Lou. Right? He took a shot and he missed at Lou. What's his name? Wardell? Not Wardell. What's his name?
Lulu.
No, not Lou.
Wardell. Yeah.
Oh, it is Wardell. Okay. Wardell shot and missed at an attempted murder on Lou. That is Draymond swinging, attempted a swing on Poole, but missing. Do we expect Draymond to do as Rock expect Lou to do and be like and work with this dude continuously after this, or do you continue like at some point you gotta see me? You tried to assault me.
One of the hardest things to do on this planet we live on is resolve beef. We've seen countries' destruction, leaders' demise because of beef. What is it when you need two cats to go to sleep? Once there's smoke, it ain't going nowhere every day. As with Wardell and Lulu, as with Neek and the whole crew on Power, is just like we working together now, but we ain't ever gonna be able to work together. Man, it has to eventually come to an end. Just like either Wardell or Lulu is gonna catch a body, or Draymond and Poole is gonna catch a body. Can we switch it up to another hot show? On this past episode of Game of Thrones, we saw.
Oh, yo, it went down for real. I caught that. Yes,
we saw the babies. It was like, oh, okay, so we just always gonna be messy. Even the 10-year-olds all got beef now. It's always gonna be a problem. We see how the destruction of our house is gonna come. So on that note, I would bet the Warriors under for total wins on the season.
And like Leo saying, the money is getting the money they're getting, the better resolve it, and it happens all the time in sports. That's easy. I think that's easy said, but I think it takes a bigger man. In this case, it might be you're expecting Poole because Draymond's value on the team is probably a little higher than that of Poole. So, like some people saying, Rich Applewhite said Poole is not that good. The Warriors don't need him as much. Is that true? Coach Paris thinks differently. He thinks Draymond's a chump. And like you're saying, people have different thoughts on how in reference to Draymond in this topic.
We need a debate panel. Everybody going at it. I love all these different perspectives.
But like it's just like saying when LeBron kicked him, we know how that you jump at somebody. Like I said, I've done it before. My man hit me. I turned the other cheek. I walked up on him, but I did not want that smoke in real time. I really did not want that smoke. And then so it was just it was a farce. You know what I'm saying? I put a facade up like I was ready to go at him when I'm in my mind. I'm really thinking like, yo, how do I get out of this? So I mean, it could be similar. You know what I'm saying? At that point to where people do things like I said with LeBron kicked Draymond during the championship that year, which changed the whole complexity of the series. Maybe it could have been a situation like he said, like Coach is saying, that Draymond was going at a someone of a lesser opponent and felt the dominance, and he took his shot. Remains to be seen. A little more conversation in that, but it's, obviously that type of stuff happens. So, but any case, I think what is definitely true is that Draymond is more of a value to the team than Poole is, and if it came down to someone had to go, you would think it would be Poole. But of course, if you put fillers out, what if you was a GM for Golden State, Ron? What deal would get you to move Draymond?
Kevin Durant.
That's it. Bring Kevin back.
That would be the only one because they wouldn't be able to play together. I can't think of anybody that I would trade Draymond for. Although I do feel like they need to trade Draymond or Clay and break up the family, but they're not. We know you want to trade him to the Lakers.
Yes, I'll take it.
And I don't think there's anything yet that the Lakers could send back that would make the Warriors want to do that. Detroit, I would love to see him in. Unless they're giving up like an Ivy. Ben Simmons, Draymond. No, Draymond and KD ain't playing together. That would be a great trade, though.
In
Draymond.
that same matter, do you trade Poole too? Do you send Poole out as well? Just get rid of both of them? Signing trades?
You got to keep one.
You gotta keep one.
I'm conflicted because I would keep Poole because of course he's 20, 24. He's gonna be able to develop with them and build and become a part of that franchise. And Draymond's at his end. But guess what? I could see Draymond becoming the next coach of the Warriors after Steve Kerr. Fall right into place as a player coach role, and with his legendary franchise, that's the perfect dream story right there.
Holla Luke Walton.
Yep. Steph, Clay, and Draymond all retire together as Warriors.
Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, brother.
I don't think Draymond's ever going anywhere. He is the Warriors. He shaped him. He's the reason Steph became Steph, while Clay became Clay, because of his energy, his passion, his drive.
Put your ref in the heat in a moment.
And we all saw that when they was playing in the 2016 finals versus the Cavs. Draymond went out and all of the Warriors got soft in their heart. Draymond came back and tried to put him on their shoulders, and he couldn't. Yeah, heart and soul with the Warriors, which is why they sided with him. He's not going anywhere.
Word. So of course, more to hear at some point. We're probably going to hear that they did whatever. Maybe Dre has Poole on the podcast later on in the year, and they talk about it like him and KD talked about it. But one thing that came out of that podcast, which him and KD talked about, was the fact that the organization allowed the environment to fester that type what that became. So it's interesting that they said that. I really wonder what is going to be the outcome for this, because they said the organization has a problem with dealing with things in that nature, and basically said they should just let it play out and don't sit up and have anything. Just let the players handle it. So of course it remains to be seen. Moving back into the NBA, as we were just recently, I want to point out Washington Commanders running back Brian Robinson, the rookie from out of Alabama, that was shot in an apparent carjacking right before the beginning of the regular season, is back in practice after being out 5 weeks, attending to the GSW, and they said he's starting to look good. He was expected to be the starting running back over Antonio Gibson. Before being shot, I thought in my mind, I was like, please don't let this be a Nancy Kerrigan type situation where Anthony Gibson was like, yo, take care of that, fam. I need to take care of that, bro. But he's back. He's not ready fully. They said they wanted to make sure that he's still, Anthony Gibson is faster, but Brian Robinson runs with more power from what Coach Rivera says. But there's some conditioning issues, of course, that they have to work out. But he's expected back. He won't play this week. Maybe next week, if not next week, the week after, he might be back and ready to go. So I know Anthony Price. I don't know if that's a good look for you, brother. But Brian Robinson is back. Additionally, Alvin Kamara is expected to play, although we was talking about earlier doing our picks. We are not going to do that, Trey. I just report the news. Apple White. Alvin Kamara is expected back with New Orleans, as we said earlier. Winston and Michael Thomas might not be in, but Kamara might get the role, as he's been out dealing with a rib injury that he sustained in the first game of the season. He was out the second week, and he was out last week. So of course they taking on Seattle. Maybe they need him to beat Seattle. I don't know. Rashard Penny just had a hell of a game last week. Does he reenact that type of game? Geno clicking on all cylinders, making it happen. Top tier quarterback at this point. As he continue with that, like where is the ceiling? Or can they win without Thomas, Winston, and Kamara, or is a Kamara enough? Ron, what you think?
Hey man, don't y'all be shocked. And when I say y'all, I mean you and Trey. In a couple weeks, when we looking at our division, and we're like, wait, Seattle's in the lead? Because aren't they in first right now? If I am correct, we're all 2-2.
No, they're tied. They're tied. San Francisco is the first.
Y'all got 3?
No, it's 2-2, but we lead by point differential, I think.
So we all looking middle of the pack.
We're all middle of the pack. But
the Cardinals got 2 wins.
Yeah, 2 wins. Cardinals are at the bottom. The Rams and then the Seahawks, or the Seahawks and the Rams.
So the Seahawks has definitely got that big D energy. They licking their chops.
It's like, we supposed to come out like this, yeah.
Yeah, they gonna come out and hurt the Saints.
And like
it's Geno's time. Go ahead, Geno.
All that. I slandered Geno. I did. I was like, Geno, I put Drew Lock ahead of him. Like, Geno, prove me wrong, bro. Continue to do what you got to do, man. Like you said, people, like you said, you ain't got nothing to say when they ask you after you got the win over Russ. It's like, what you have to say? He's like, I ain't got nothing to say. Let my game do the talking.
We definitely gonna have 3 teams out of our division. Ours, and I'm thinking the Seahawks. And then maybe the Cowboys and the Eagles. That's our wild cards.
Of course, additionally, Tom Brady expected to play as he was dealing with a little shoulder discomfort. He said, "Come on, Rod. They need good vibes."
Yeah, and prayer.
But Tom, like you said, Tom Brady dealing with a little discomfort in the shoulder, as they were saying. Ron, we've seen P-Valley.
Put my stuff down.
What is it in which you have when you look at Tom Brady saying that he had to deal with some shoulder discomfort? Is it really shoulder discomfort, or is it just the weight of the world on his shoulders now that everything has came out? I think earlier you said he's good. It's out now. There's no apparent reason for him to hide anything anymore. The weight should be off his shoulders, and he should be in full win zone and win mode. Is that correct? Am I fair in saying that?
Tom Brady?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of a song to sing right now, but he is free. Flapping his wings. Stressed, hurt, but focused.
Focus.
Yeah, I said I don't see if I would be surprised if the Buccaneers don't lose again for a while.
That's pretty tall orders to sit up and say. I think they got to get a couple of more L's. I mean, they're coming. I mean, they're going to get L's, but I think they're going to come sooner than what we think.
Falcons, then Steelers, then Panthers, Ravens, Rams, Seahawks. That's where they probably get that next L. Ravens, Rams, Seahawks.
They could potentially go 3-3. Nah, it's in the back of his mind. He said, "No, it's just in the back of his mind every snap."
Giselle been on Tom Brady's head for
a while, so season. So he basically is like he's already used to it. Like, but then again, now it's like I think he's like, "Yo, you divorcing me for real? Like, stop playing."
Yeah, he's done. He's like, I'm Tom Brady. I hope he had a very coming to Jesus moment. He went and sat in a closet and was like, "Man, I really lost my family over football." And then he just looks down and starts counting his rings. It was worth it. Especially if I get this 8th one. Giselle come back.
Oh, I don't think Giselle's coming back. I think it's a wrap. I think she's done. She's out of here.
Talking about Tom Brady. I'm talking about Tom Brady, Trey.
Yeah, I think she's done.
Oh! We need to get that bet on Vegas. Does Giselle and Brady get back? What would the spread
Do
be?
they reconcile? Especially when you're the breadwinner. Like Giselle's no slouch. She's the breadwinner.
Unless one of them was cheating on each other, I would bet they get back together.
The plot thickens. As I stated early, New England quarterback Billy Zapp will get the start under center if Mac Jones is not able to come back. Of course, we know the backup Brian Hoyer, who was expected to be the starter, has been placed on IR after his injury sustained in their last game. So Billy Zapp, who actually has looked good in practice during the preseason, will be under center if Mac Jones is not able to go. It's not looking too good for Mac Jones right now. If they said the way they say Billy Zapp was playing, if he could continue that trajectory, now we potentially have another situation like we're starting to get in. But of course, Zach, he needs to win. If he didn't win, then it's not going to do any talk. They're going to continue to go with their man, of course. And I was about to say we had the same situation like we do Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott. But of course, a lot of people state that Dak is not in any turmoil or any issues, has any problems. He's good. I beg to differ because if you're winning when you wasn't winning and someone else has got you winning, then you tend to do what you got to do to keep winning. The New York Giants. Oh, go ahead, Ryan. You about to say something? You had something to say on that?
They said Amazon Prime got to give us all a free 3 months membership after having to watch last night's game.
Ron, you've been big on the New York Giants lately. I know it's due
Saquon. I'm big on
Saquon. That's what I was about to say. I know it's due to Saquon that you have been huge on it, but they're currently going to be. They're already without Sterling Silver as he. No, Sterling Sharp. It is Sterling. No, Sterling Silver. What is his name? It is Sterling. It's Sterling. Sterling. What's his first name?
I think it's
not Silver. Okay, point duly noted.
I know who you're talking about.
They're without Sterling. They're without their top wide receiver as he went down on the other night. I think it was Monday night, and he went down with a PCL injury. I mean, an ACL injury. Now they are without their other wide receiver, Kadarius Toney, who is out, as well as the outside linebacker Ajuari, who is their top lineman when it comes to the defense. New York is on a high, currently 3-1. Saquon Barkley is probably the best non-QB out there, if not the best player. Currently come back looking pretty good for a comeback season.
And it is Sterling Shepard.
Sterling Shepard. Okay, Shepard. That's what it is. Sterling Shepard. Do we see the old Giants coming into play now, or is it still the Saquon and Daniel show?
Ooh, and we all picked the Packers too.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a Saquon show. So I went and looked back at the game that he had against Dallas's defense.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Dallas's and Green Bay's defense are probably about the same. 14 carries, 81 yards, 5.8, 1 touchdown. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that game. Now he had that one big run, but I'm thinking about the Micah Parsons. How much did he slow down Barkley? And he did. He did a lot by about 60 yards, cut off his average. That lets me know that Green Bay, should be able to handle that. But if they slip, he gone. And they're favored by 8. I think they're favored by way too much. I really like this Giants team, like you said. I'm almost sitting here thinking about asking for permission to revise my pick, Trey.
You're thinking New York, really?
They haven't played anybody though. Their wins are the Titans, Panthers, and the Bears. So the best team they played Cowboys and they look soft. So yeah. They got Packers, Ravens, Jags, Seahawks. They got 4. Yeah. Y'all might be 3-4 in a couple of weeks. Giants. Jeez. Packers, Ravens, Jags, Seahawks. And they finished the season with Eagles, Vikings, Eagles. Yeah, it's been fun. New York, it's been real. But unless Odell comes back, they just don't have enough pieces outside of Saquon.
Hmm. So, of course, additionally, one other thing, which, yeah, I just don't think they're. I think they don't have enough in that for the most part. So, getting into this game last night, Ron, I don't know if you caught it. It was supposedly one of the
Ooh.
most atrocious games in the season. You know what? Well, I won't get into that part.
Broke
Yeah,
a
I'll get
leg
into
last night.
the Indianapolis Colts went into Denver, Colorado, played against the Denver Broncos, in which the Broncos weren't too ready to go, evidently. Neither team really. Indianapolis Colts did get the win, as well as giving me my first Thursday night pick win of the season. Matt Ryan, 26 of 41, 251 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The rushing attack was led by Deion Jackson, 13 carries for 32 yards. Philip Lindsay, 11 carries for 40 yards, while Jonathan Taylor was out. Naheem Hines, 1 carry for 1 yard, and Matt Ryan, 1 for 1 yard. However, this cat I was watching last night, I was like, he might be the real deal. Alex Pierce, rookie, 8 receptions, 81 yards. Michael Pittman Jr., 5 receptions, 59 yards. Deion Jackson, 4 for 29. Paris Campbell, 2 for 22. Ashton Dudlin, 1 for 18. Granson was 1 for 16, and Philip Lindsay 3 for 14. Um, on the opposite side of the spectrum, the Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson, 21 for 39, 274 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Melvin Gordon in relief of Williams, 15 carries for 54 yards. Mike Boone, 7 for 38. Russell Wilson, 4 carries for 22 yards. Montreal Washington, 1 for 9, as well as Zegbo, 1 for 2. Cortland Sutherland led the charge for the receiving with 5 receptions for 74 yards. Jerry Judy, 3 for 53. Melvin Gordon had 3 for 49 himself. Mike Boone, 3 for 47. Eric Saubert, 5 for 36. KJ Hamler, 1 reception for 10 yards. Just like you said, a defensive battle game. Now, it was at one point, I remember this, right? After the 49ers and Denver Bronco game, Eli Manning came on board and said that maybe the Broncos should have paid their kicker that $256 million, and that came out of Eli's mouth.
I
So
give it.
I think,
It was a joke.
oh yeah, because that's who won the game. Additionally, last night that same kicker almost won the game again for the Denver Broncos. Now, Russell in press conference did state that he did own and said that it was his fault and that he needs to do better. He threw under 2 minutes with around 2 minutes left in the game. As they was driving, a heavy dose of Boone and Gordon, earning about 4 carries, earning about a little over 44 yards, and putting them in the red zone. The pass to Hamlin, and then put them within a couple of yards. Um, and Russ went to I think it was Washington underneath. Of course, Gilmore was there. Made a play on the ball. Got the underneath to Patrick. I think it was. Well, no, Patrick's injured. I think it was Hamlin. He went underneath. Gilmore gets the interception, touchback, turnover on downs, and then of course it started. Russell Wilson said he has to do better. He puts it on him. He let the fans down. He let his team down, and he just needs to do better. Ron, what is the problem in Denver?
Wow, I was just about to ask you the same question. As I was sitting here thinking about it, I'm just like, what the heck is wrong with Russ? And the only thing logical, I love what Rich just said about Elway. It's got to be Hackett, right? It's got to be coaching. I don't think Russ and his coach. I don't think Russ like his coach, and I don't think Hackett can hack it. I mean, if you're watching and listening to the game, they're just trashing the Broncos scheme most of the time. Like, what are they doing? Why are they running? Why are they doing this? What was that? What? And that's not Russ. Russ is, I'm gonna get back here behind all these big linemen, scramble around, and make something happen. He's not that old, Trey. What is Russ? 33. He may not be the 25 Legion of Boom Russ, but there's no reason why he still can't be athletic out there and make some things happen. This has got to be coaching scheme.
And I think it starts to be as well, Ron. When that pressure starts coming, because I watched it last night. I was watching some of the game last night, the fourth quarter. Once the pocket started collapsing, and this was on both sides of the ball. Once the pocket starts collapsing, it was like dip and dodge. You know what I'm saying? It was it's a lot. What I'm seeing a lot of this year, I think Zach was just saying it. The QBs in the pocket are starting to look a little shaky, especially after the injury that Dak sustained. Yeah, there was a situation where Matt Ryan had something similar happen where his wrist was hit as he was trying to throw a ball around the hand. I think Russ did it almost. Of course, Russ tends to dip and dunk and get out of the pocket, but he would curl up. So I think what we have is even a situation to where offensive lines are starting to not be enough, and the defensive line, the trenches, is starting to be an issue, more beneficial to the defense than it is the offense, and hence the reason why we're starting to see this type of play. He used to be a playmaker. Russ may still be a playmaker. I don't know. It's just different now.
I don't think you can lose the playmaking gene, which is why I don't think it's Russ. You
Okay.
don't unless he's like going out there playing on shrooms or whatever Aaron Rodgers is on, but I don't think his brain is slowed down where he's like, okay, my right tackle slipped on the block. Here comes the blitz, and none of that's gone anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
His arm is still. That's why I was like, I turned it off. But the Broncos lost.
Mm-hmm.
If they lose, we gonna be on Hackett Fire Watch. I think that's why we haven't heard from Elway, because he's getting the paperwork ready.
It's just additionally, left tackle Garrett Bowles was sustained a fractured right leg in that which he was carted off. So now they're without the left tackle, starting left tackle. Of course, he will be assessed today to see where it is and how long of a stint will he be out for. Would it be a full year? What's going to be the outcome of it? It was just a bad, like everyone's saying, it was a bad game when you watched it. You would think it was defensive effort. Of course, Matt Ryan throws an interception. Russell Wilson comes back right after Matt Ryan and throws another interception. Like, here you have it. You take it. Fumble. You did have a situation that Matt Ryan fumbled. He was able to get the ball back. But it was a game of kicking. It's like at this point, I would be, if I was on fantasy, I would drop Russell Wilson and pick up the kicker. And then, not to mention, an opportunity. Hackett. Now, tell me what you think about this. Hackett's decision to forego kicking the ball and tying the game to go into overtime. Well, the correction, kicking the ball to extend the overtime, and instead going for it on 4th and 6, and they said Russ missed the open handling in the corner in the end zone and tried to force it in, and they got batted away. In that situation, I don't knock a coach for saying, you know what, we're not playing for ties or anything. We're gonna go ahead and get this win, and he went for it on 4th and 6. Were you in agreement with that, Ron? Were you like, oh, you wasn't watching it, so you didn't? You say I was about to say you didn't see it in that time.
So
After now knowing that
it was 4th and 6, and they could have
4th and
kicked a
6,
field goal.
yes,
And they left it in Russ' hands.
It was 4th and 6 on the I think they was on the 8-yard line, 9-yard line, or something like that. 4th and 6, and instead of kicking the field goal and to force another, at this point they would have gave. And which when you think about it, because if they would have gave Indianapolis the ball back, and then all they would have needed was a field goal to win the game. It's a good call if your offense is playing decent. Yeah, so that's what it was. It was 4th. They could have got the first down, or I think it was 4th and 6 or 4th and 3. In any case, they could have got the first down and extended the drive, and it had a proper possibility of getting the W, or in-state kicking the field goal to tie it, or kick the field goal, tie it, and then go down and play defense. They elected to go for it, in which it was batted down. 4th and 1. Okay, 4th and my fault. Stan, thank you.
4th and 1 at Indianapolis's 5. Wow. They deserve to lose. I'm happy they didn't win. Because looking at these fourth quarter drives, missed field goal, interception, punt, interception. Is it because the Broncos was so dependent on having a good run game?
And which that could be a reason, and we all know a good run game kind of makes a difference in a sense. So in which that was something in which Russ didn't have in Seattle after Beast Mode left. Was nothing that was it was all on him. Matty Ice was without Zach Taylor, so he didn't play, and so that takes away that run game. So both teams was dismal. Didn't have their starting runner. Denver's was a little bit better than Indianapolis. Hence the reason it was a 6 all field goals prior to the last couple of minutes in which they got the touchdown to go. They tied, and then basically that's all it was field goals. The whole game was field goals.
So, are the Colts good?
No.
They ain't supposed to win Thursday night games on the road. They done won. This is a hand clap win, Trey. A rough game in rough Mile High Stadium. The weather was horrid up there, and the Colts went up there and got it done. And on top of that, they went to KC and got it done. 2 great wins. They should have beat the Texans in the first. Are the Colts good? They were supposed to be good.
I wouldn't say they were good.
They have just as much wins as our teams. Are our teams good?
You know what? That is a.
They did have an extra week though. They've had an extra week. They're at 2, 2-1. I don't know. This is confusing. I don't even.
It is. This season is confusing. It really is.
Right, but one of my favorite things about week 5 is the first 4 weeks we have no idea what's going on. And you can tell with our picks in week 5 is like, okay, we're getting to the point where things are slowly starting to make sense about how many times we were all on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Colts just made a major statement going forward, week 5 and beyond, that y'all been laughing at us, but we aren't that bad. We're actually pretty decent.
So now, I mean, I could get that. They could be, like you said, we still, even though we continue to talk, we did say around week 6 about to be the time in which we could start like deciphering and filtering out certain teams. Like, okay, this team is the real deal. This team is not. This is all a spectacle. Of course, like you said, Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles. They play the Rams and then the Cowboys. Or is it not the Rams and Cowboys? Who y'all got? Who y'all got this week?
Cowboys.
No, not this week. You got Cowboys next week. This week y'all have the Philadelphia Eagles plays. Arizona. So I mean, it just we'll see. You know what I'm saying? It start to pan out. Bye weeks just gonna start coming up, so everything is start panning out. And then we can be like, okay, it is really this team or that team is truly the truth. We talk about Philly, the only undefeated team. Is Jalen up? Is he a candidate right now? Matter of fact, if I was to sit up and ask you, Ron, who are your top 5 for MVP this year? Who would you give me?
Starting at number 1, our MVP favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be Josh Allen.
Allen, okay.
It just makes the most sense. As much as we want to say Hurts and Tua is supposed to be in this conversation, but not anymore. I'm gonna go Allen, Hurts, Lamar. Can I get some non-quarterbacks in here too?
Yes, sir.
Allen, Hurts, Lamar. If these Giants keep winning, y'all know who I'm gonna put in this conversation. Who else is a non-quarterback that we got that should be mentioned? Honorable mention. Can you think of one?
Huh?
So can you think of one?
I almost rattled off Debo, but I don't think he's there yet. Cooper hasn't got there yet, although he would be someone that, I wish I would look at. Cup as Cooper Cup, not Cooper Rush. Are there any running backs that have been? I would say Saquon already.
There is nobody.
Is Jefferson? Does he get the nod? No, not yet.
He fell off.
He fell off. Devontae fell off. What about Stephon?
Diggs. Yes. And him being mentioned takes some shine off of Josh Allen because he's been Mr. Reliable.
I was about to say, is it Josh Allen or is it Diggs? Like who helps out? Who helps out the other more?
Diggs, 31 receptions in 4 games, 400 yards. That's 100 yards a game. 4 touchdowns. That's a touchdown a game. He got the smoke. He's the best wide receiver in the league right now.
Is there any potential defensive player that is potentially MVP caliber, overall MVP caliber? That's the only person.
It should be. Why are the Cowboys 3-1, 3-0 since Dak been out? Defense. Micah. But in my 5th spot, I want Geno.
Ooh, that was, you know what?
Just for right now. Let's see what Seattle do.
I can rock with that. Geno, at this point, his numbers say that. That's what his numbers say. It's not far fetched. Offense. So who would you give just an overall offensive player of the year to at this point, at this junction in the season? Again, Allen, Saquon, offensive player of the year, defensive player. Micah, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey.
Nobody on the Rams.
Slay. Slay.
Big play Slay is up there. Big play Slay, Micah. And I could see somebody being mentioned from like Green Bay or San Francisco's defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Big play Slay and Micah's had the most noise.
Who is putting on a coaching clinic right now? Who's your coach of the year at this point?
Gotta be Eagles coach.
Saransky. Or Sirianni. Is it Sirianni? Sirianni. Rookie of the year, offensive defense.
Easy. Pierce. Texans.
Oh, the running back. I was even think that the Pierce from the Indianapolis Colts is a problem too. The wide receiver, different, definitely different. So yeah, so it's it's a little different. This season is a little bit different, definitely in my opinion. A lot going on. Like I said, I don't know if it's something in the water or what exactly, but I would hope that the October has a lot more fireworks than September. Um, yeah, at this point, we only see Jameis Winston in one game. And
Rookie wide receivers are winning too.
Oh yeah. Garrett, Olave.
And dude on the Falcons.
Oh, Drake London.
Yeah, they all eating.
But plenty of disappointments. We thought unfortunate for Miami. Unless two gloves can make something happen. Teddy Bridgewater. Saints
He
not
could
looking.
make something happen with those weapons.
Yes.
It's gonna be fine.
The Saints, unfortunate, they're not looking like what we thought they would be. The Raiders, not looking like what we thought they would be. The Chargers, they had an unfortunate break for a second, where they can get back on track. Who else? The NFC West, we thought we had bigger thoughts and plans for the NFC West, and they're mediocre at this point.
Haven't we just been beating on each other though?
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Well, no, not really, because we lost. We took the unfortunate L. Both our ugly L's was atrocious as we lost to the the Bears and the Broncos.
Okay, yeah, y'all tripping.
Yeah, so that was our own thing. Y'all got manhandled by Buffalo.
Bills.
Yeah, which it could have went either way, so it was kind of expected. And then we took care of business against y'all.
And we beat up on the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle ain't played nobody in the division yet.
I think they played San Francisco. That was our first win. Teams are separating from the bad teams. The older players are playing like their age now, and younger players are starting to shine. Possible Applewhite. So I can take that sentiment. Of course, as we get ready to close out here, be sure to go check your fantasies. Check your fantasy. Of course, in the first formation league, I think Bishop is barely holding on. I think Coach Paris is holding it down at number one. Wait, let me make sure so I don't give y'all no false information. Bip, league. So yes, number one, Coach Paris, Joey Covey at 4-0. Number two, Low Country. That's Africa. Coach Coach Africa at 3-1. Number three, uh, none other than if you look at it. Number three, Anthony Price at 3-1, hold it down, and then of course the rounded up the current top five, Bishop at 3-1, 4, which he battles with Coach Paris this week. And lastly, number 5 being the West Coast Outlaw Donovan at 2-2. So I'm looking for a comeback, a come up. I'm struggling. I gotta get some running backs. I've been getting along on mediocrity, and now I got to come back. Like I was saying,
I got Dobbins available.
I think I'm good now with Wilson.
Let's check.
I think I'll be good now with Wilson.
I got 5 of them RBs. If y'all need them,
I need to get rid of some.
I know Mr. CEO's squad need them.
Yeah, I definitely need to make some moves. I have to look and see some stuff.
COVID-19. I was this close to the upset. 4-0.
What was the damn situation? What ended up making it a problem?
Who played Monday night? I lost by 3 points. I needed somebody. I got that close.
Yeah, I got to make some moves.
Okay, yeah, you got Wilson, Bryce Hall, and Etney.
I need to get.
Survive.
I see some moves I can make here and there. I might not be able to make them via trades.
You got Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. You could get any fantasy player you want. Stop it. You could call up. You can call up anybody. Jefferson. I'll give you Mahomes or Lamar. You pick. What's the Indianapolis running back? You can go get a Jonathan Taylor with one of them.
That sounds good, but the only person I'm only willing to give up is Murray. Well, you know what, Ryan? You have a good point. You just made a good point. You just made a good point.
But before this trade deadline, you should not finish the season with all 3 of these quarterbacks trade. You're not maximizing your potential.
Yes, you're so right.
You're going to have to decide. Are you rolling with Mahomes or Lamar?
It would be. I don't know who it would be. I would rather give up. I'd rather give up Murray. So if he went out there and show who, if you want Murray, productive.
Yeah, I don't know how you still got him on your team.
No one. There was no one. No takers.
No, you just trying to take everything.
It'd be calling me, man. It'd be calling me. So, but yeah. So of course, like you said, that's our time for today. Be sure to be here Monday, bright and early, 09 for First Formation as we go over the latest for the NBA, latest in the NFL, get our pick in for the upcoming Monday Night Football game, and catch our usual vibe. We greatly appreciate y'all rocking with us today. Applewhite, Anthony, Donna coming in, Leo, welcome back, brother. Glad to see you, Zach, Eric. You know what I'm saying? Always the Stanton, Coach Walcott, Coach Hunter. And all the rest of you, if I'm missing anyone, of course, you're not missing in our hearts. Ron, any last words before we get out of here?
Y'all have a great football weekend.
No doubt. Of course, like you said, see y'all Monday. Enjoy y'all weekend. Peace.